Hey everybody! So welcome back to Is It Star? And I'm Star. And as promised, we're doing alternate card art today. So we're going to be extending a border on a mountain and an island. I didn't actually mean to just pick red and blue. But it is appropriate. Cool. Anyways, so that's what we're going to do, and I'll talk a little bit about the process if you're looking into getting in and doing alternate card art. I do recommend starting with lands because, just based on value, if you're practicing, you don't want to start on something that's hard to replace. So, without further rambling, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what I have started with here is simply whiting out the things that I'm not going to need as I'm extending the border. Important things to know is obviously you really want to stay away from the part that is the original artwork. You want it to stay kind of untouched so that everything looks more cohesive when you're done. Also, another thing, and you may want to look up the rules for legal play. If you're going to play with the cards that you're altering, especially creatures or anything like that that has abilities, text, etc., to actually play with them in sanctioned tournaments and stuff, they have to keep their text and their name, I believe, is usually what needs to be seen and obvious on the card. If you cover it, it's no longer a legal card because there's, there can be discrepancies of how the creature's played, etc. So to keep that in mind, obviously we're doing land, and I'm keeping the name of the mountain. You don't have to. With land, you could also keep like the mana symbol down here or whatever, but I'm going to keep this border on this one, and on the island I'll probably do the symbol at the bottom. One of the important things to do is make sure that you get these lines as clean as possible on these borders, just for the sake of it looking nice, and it all around will look better. The end product will, if they're clean lines and things like that. Now with the hardest part of this, and what I'm using right now, and you can use any type of paint you want if you're starting out. You can really, obviously not oil paint or anything like that, but acrylics are fairly cheap and you can use them. Also, when you get into it and you get a little more experience and you're wanting to do a small investment, you can get some of the Warhammer paints, or like the paint for the mini figures and stuff like that. Some model paints work. And they'll work okay to do alters and everything. The most difficult part is actually matching colors. So right now I'm just using acrylic for the sake of showing the video and to show how to match and what colors we're looking for. So obviously I'm going to be starting with the sky up here, so I want to come as close to possible, like as close as possible to this transgression, like extending this out into the sky that looks like it's meant to be extended. So, and we'll go ahead and get started. So that one was actually pretty simple. Like I said, the hardest part is matching colors, and trying to make it as clean as possible. You're extending the scene, so the rest of that scene is whatever you want to do with it. Don't feel like you have to make it look like this or that. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. I decided to stick with the river that was flowing through and extend it down throughout the card and finish up the borders and the lands on the side here. And I extended, the pyramid and the sky and everything, and of course kept mountain at the top. So, it's pretty easy. Once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to get them done. Lands are super fun. Like I said, you have so much you can do with it. That you're not limited to anything, and the more that you work with landscapes and stuff, the more you'll get used to matching color and being able to extend those borders on the lands. And I do recommend starting with this because it's really fun, and there is no limit to what you can do with them. You can make the land as complicated or as simple as you like. So here's the mountain. I did one from Amonkhet because I like the pyramids and I like the river that was running through here. And so here's this one, and we will get started shortly on the island. And to seal this, you can get any sort of, there's like these, there's this clear spray that you can get from any craft store. You just want to make sure that when you do that, if you're to seal them and not just put them in a sleeve or something, do not put too much on the card. You'll just weigh it down and ruin it. So, as you can see, this still stayed flat. That's one thing. As you're doing the card art, you really don't want that paint to stick up at all. You want it to stay kind of as flat and smooth as possible and look as cohesive as possible throughout the piece. So here's the mountain, and then we're going to get started on the island in just a few. Alright, so this is the island that we're going to do. I just wanted to show you before, and then obviously I will show you when we're finished extending this border. So here's our island. Just got that finished as well. And you can see that, I just extended everything, but I did cover the name this time and kept the symbol down here. It does kind of blend in with the water, but as long as you can see it, it's playable. And I don't know, I just really like this one actually. It's a neat scene. So there's that one, and our mountain, I've went ahead and sleeved it up there. You can see that it's all dried and ready to go. This one will take a little bit to dry. Sometimes what I like to do also is let them dry completely. And before doing anything or sealing it or anything like that, let it dry completely to see how the paint's going to dry on it. Sometimes you'll want to go back and do like little tiny touch-ups that you may not initially see while the paint is wet. So it's best to go ahead and let it completely dry and then go back and see if there's anything else that you kind of want to do to it before you complete the process or anything like that. So this is going to dry, and yeah, leave questions, comments, anything like that. I am happy to take requests as well. I will be doing some more extended borders, probably of the other three, maybe even a waist, I don't know. But I'll do some more extended borders, but also we will be starting characters as well. So I know for the Infinity War movie coming out, I plan to do Thanos, so tune in Friday to see the creation of Thanos. And again, like, subscribe, comment. The more that you do, the more likely you are to be part of the giveaway when I start giving away alternate card art and taking requests as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of the other videos. And I will see you soon.